around. It's off to the first Michigan finals with our high school robotics team. Then, some fiddling around with our elementary orchestra kids. And spring, yes, I said spring, fair time at OES. Stay tuned. Our team Torque 2137 over at Oxford High School just returned from a successful first Michigan competition in Saginaw. Despite some really bad weather, they had over 100 teams competing. After the point accumulation from that event, Torque 2137 ended up ranked 67th out of over 500 teams in the state. They made it to the quarterfinals and also won another Chairman's Award, their second this year. I sat down with Chairman Mentor Ian Houston and some of his kids for some reflection.
I'd say it went pretty good. I mean, it really wasn't last year, because last year we had, I don't know why, I think this year with the new drive team and everything, we did pretty good.
You're kind of like the Tigers in a way this year, aren't you? I mean, you had a lot of kids who were seniors last year on the team, and they're off to college now, and so and there's been some changes in the program too. Ian, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, there's been, the team is growing. We had a lot of seniors exit this year. We have less seniors this year. A strong junior group stepped in though, and the team's really risen to the occasion, is doing really well this year.
As a new student to the program, I am actually overwhelmingly happy with the situation that we're in, because even though, from what I hear, Robot is relatively shadowed by our previous years, the fact that we have gotten so far based off of how we've functioned and Chairman's in itself makes me exceptionally happy, especially with it being something that I've taken part in working in.
Yep. Anything surprised you about states? Anything you didn't expect?
I was surprised how big it was, because last year, I was on a team last year, but this year was the first year I actually went to states with them, because I just wasn't able to last year. But I was surprised at how much people really get into it at the states level, and how many people are really into it.
I was surprised by the fact that there was a 5th Chairman's Award. I thought that there were only 4, one for each division, and as soon as they started talking, I quickly dismissed it, thinking they were talking about the tornadoes with all their notions of twisting and turning. And then by the time they said 2137, I stood up and said some things that I probably shouldn't have said in mild shock.
Those kids are Megan Clapfattle, Katrina Gigosimo, Mackenzie Funk, Liam Houston, Byron Wolf, Arheli Mendoza, and Gabriel Green. I mentioned the Chairman's Award. They gave out 5 of them at the finals. It's a big deal. It doesn't just evaluate the current year, but the whole program over the last few years. So it's really about maintaining the bar. Byron Wolf has more.
Basically, our community aspect, how we reach out to our community, what we do to help out, just not so much the engineering and robot standpoint, but everything else we do, how we affect our students, how they go on to affect, the rest of society and the world.
Does this have anything to do with reaching down to the middle school robotics kids and
yes,
so forth?
It happens, we give students to help mentor and teach younger levels, such as the elementary FLL, First LEGO League, and the middle school FTC, First Tech Challenge.
They're off to the World event in Detroit later this week, and we wish them the best of luck. If you're ever around Lakeville Elementary early on a weekday morning, and you see a bunch of youngsters carrying violin cases, it must be rehearsal day, and they don't just fiddle around. Next.
I used to think news is news. It's all the same. But it's not. There's a big difference between local broadcast news and cable news. See, local stations are part of my community, connecting me to local news, weather, and sports on every device. It makes sense. Get the news from the people I trust who actually live here. No agenda, no bias like on cable shout shows or social media, just facts. For news I can trust, I stay local. Support your local stations. Text TV to 52886 today.
If you want to participate in Oxford Elementary School Orchestra, you have to show up at Lakeville Elementary at 7:50 in the morning, no matter what elementary school you attend. It's early, it's hard, but they love it. Why do you want to get up so early?
Because it's something that I really enjoy, and I really, really love playing the violin. And so it's kind of like that determination to do it. It's like, I want to do it.
Yeah, what school do you go to?
I go to Oxford Elementary.
Because I like to play my viola and be here with everybody.
Good chance to get together with friends too, huh? How about you?
I like to get up early in the morning to play and have fun with my friends and practice orchestra. And my friends are here and we learn new stuff.
Because I want to do stuff in the morning and I just don't want to stay in bed.
Melissa Musgrove is the assistant in charge of the orchestra. Why?
Well, I've always wanted to play the violin, and I always was hoping there'd be an orchestra in Oxford schools. And 10 years ago, they started one, and my daughter was part of it. And so they needed help tuning instruments, and there's a lot of kids, so Dr. Skilling asked me if I would like to be the assistant, and I've been here for 10 years.
Did you ever learn to play the violin?
Yes, I play the violin.
Ah, professionally?
No.
Can we hire you for weddings and stuff?
No,
Oh.
no. I learned the Suzuki method, which we teach here at Oxford schools, and that was way back.
It's kind of gratifying to see the kids doing this stuff and
It
getting up
is.
early themselves, huh?
Yes, that the parents bring. We really appreciate that the parents bring the kids here this early, and so by the time they get to middle school, they're already reading music, so they're ready to go.
I sat down with orchestra director Natalie Frakes to find out what turns these kids on.
Natalie, these kids come from all over. I didn't realize that.
Yes, our elementary orchestra program is for all of the elementary schools here in Oxford, and they all get shipped here in the morning, and then we ship them out to their respective elementary schools after class.
So the rehearsals are always here.
Always here at Lakeville Elementary.
So
yes.
their parents have to get them here.
Yep, it's a before school program that we have that filters into the middle school and then eventually up to the high school so that we can see these guys at the high school level, and then we send them home after class. Yes, every
So
day.
now these kids are going to get on buses and they go from here
To Clear Lake, Leonard, yep, OES, and all over.
all
Yep.
the schools. Wow, and it's like a well-oiled machine. the way
Definitely.
that everybody does this stuff. What impresses you most about these kids wanting to get up so early in the morning and show up for something like this?
Their capacity for wanting to learn music and wanting to have fun while doing so. I think every student that we have here has enough musical ability so that they can play a stringed instrument. These are the hardest instruments to play. They haven't changed in over 500 years, and it's really often very difficult to get a nice sound out of them, but they do such a fantastic job, and we have a really great time every morning. I love seeing them.
And these kids are in what grade? How old are these kids?
These are 4th and 5th grade beginner strings.
Wow.
So they're 8, 9-year-olds, and some 10-year-olds. So, and they do a fantastic job. We have a great time, and it fascinates me every single morning that how much they want to learn and how much they're able to learn. It really does.
Now tell me about what was on the board. on the right-hand side of the board, that list of things that each child has to tell me about.
We talk about more than just learning music here in orchestra. Almost every week we review some of the things that we learn that have nothing to do with music, such as cooperation, teamwork, respecting each other, and collaboration. All these things we talk about in class. The other week we read a book called Ada's Violin about the trash orchestras of the students in Paraguay that don't have enough money to have nice instruments, and we talk about how there are people all over the world that really want to play music and they're making instruments out of trash, which is really interesting, and the kids love learning about that. We rotate seats in orchestra. We have about 52 orchestra members, so it's really important for all of them to get to know each other since they do come from different schools. So one of the things that I ask them to talk about is learning each other's names, their stand partner's name or their desk key, and asking them what their elementary school is and what their favorite food is. So I change the question every other day.
Yeah, and these kids are coming from several schools, so they can mix it up pretty well.
Right, and eventually they'll see each other at the middle school and at the high school. So I think that's important for them to make a community in orchestra so that we can see them at the high school level eventually. This is a way that they can learn more about other people in the same city that they live in, and make music with friends, with good people. And I think ultimately it comes down to wanting to have fun making music with their friends. We are very fortunate to have house cellos and basses that are provided for the cellists and bassists in the orchestra, but violinists and violists do bring their instruments every single day because they're smaller. And but we have some beautiful instruments given to us that were given to us by the district, and we have a really great time learning on them. Yeah.
Natalie spent a summer teaching in Central America. She knows what hardship is.
Yeah, I taught in Costa Rica, in La Carpio, which is one of the poorest slums in San Jose, and I think it was important for students to be open-minded about other cultures. So that's why I read them that book, Ada's Violin.
Do you tell them about your experiences?
Yeah, so yes, I do. I tell them that I've taught students just like them in poor neighborhoods, and the book does a really fantastic job of illustrating it. It's beautiful artwork, and I think it's important for students to see that as well. We have a fantastic time learning in first year orchestra, and our final concert of the year for the students to showcase their talents is on Wednesday, June 7th.
Okay, just a little sample.
Rest position, feet in line, scrolling from the mighty climb, making sure your bridge will be peeking out at you and me. Now it's time to take a bow. 1, 2, 3, and pop, let's out.
Spring has sprung, don't you know? To prove it, spring fair time at Oxford Elementary. Coming up.
Are you a movie buff? A gamer? A fan of music? Or do you just enjoy all things media? Then you should watch Media Maniacs on Monday through Friday at 3:30 and at 11:30 on the weekends, right before the all-night movies. Remember, Media Maniacs. They review everything and they're just crazy enough to do it.
Time to go to the spring fair at Oxford Elementary, but take your snow boots off at the door. Our Rachel Baker shows us what's up.
We're at the Oxford Elementary Spring Fair here, and it's going to be a really fun time. This is all raising money for the PTO, Parent-Teacher Organization. There's got a bunch of fun activities here. We've got a cakewalk, some donations, some food, and silent auction. So let's go check it out and see what it's all about. I'm here with a lovely lady who's running the table with all the food. So can you tell me what all this is about and where these donations came from?
Yes, these all came from all the different parents here at DA and OES, and they're sold and the money goes back to the PTO.
That's great. What happens with the leftovers?
If there is leftovers, they go to the fire department for a donation.
I'm sure they're really popular with the kids. They must go pretty fast.
Yes, they usually do.
Not many leftovers?
Nope, not normally.
All right, thank you for talking with me.
Yep, have a good day.
Thanks, you too. I got to speak with Madam President of the PTO, Miss Melissa Williams. Can you please tell me about the silent auction back here?
Sure. So we're a 501c3 PTO, so we're able to ask for a lot of donations from local vendors as well as around the country. The PTO funds a lot of we help fund the field trips, the assemblies throughout the year. We provide a $250 stipend for each teacher, including the special teachers throughout the year. We also give money to the technology fund and help the principals pay for other things that come up during the year.
That's nice. And so this, I'm sure, contributes pretty well to it.
Yes, this is almost 30% of our entire budget for the year. We have class baskets that are auctioned off. We have regular items. We have some pretty great items this year. We have some Disney tickets. Disney donated. We have Matt Stafford signed a ball for us. We had Golden Tate sign a jersey for us. So over here we have the raffle items. There's things like lunch with the teacher where you can buy a raffle ticket for $1. So, and then we'll do a Facebook Live revealing of who the winners are the next day on Saturday. That's tomorrow.
That's really exciting. There's the Matt Stafford ball and that jersey.
Yes, we're really excited about those items. Sometimes it's hard to get, to come out on a Friday night, but I think the fact that it's a great time for the kids and the parents love the auction. It's really a great time.
How fast do these things go normally?
Well, they go up until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we end the auction. So around 7:30, there's a lot of people around that table.
I'm sure, because last minute rush. All right, I wanted to ask, I see it's a superhero theme all around here. It's really nice. Who picked it, the kids or the PTO?
We actually do a online, we give some choices, we come up with some choices, and we do an online poll, and the highest wins.
What were the close runner-ups? Do you know?
Yes, I do. It's Fairy Tales was a close runner-up because we do we try to tie this into reading month, which is March. So we tie that in. We were going to do Fairy Tales. Harry Potter was a close second.
Wow, that's really exciting. I mean, all great picks, but you can't go wrong with superheroes.
You can't.
All right, thank you so much for talking to me, Ms. Williams. Names?
Adele, Sayla.
All right, Adele and Sayla, how old are you guys?
6.
Wow. Do you guys go to school together?
Yes.
Are you excited to go on the inflatables?
Yes.
And I like your costume. It's very cute. Who's your favorite superhero?
Wonder Woman.
What about you? Do you have a favorite superhero?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Wonder Woman.
You guys both Wonder Woman. Have a great time on the inflatables, guys. one of the Oxford Middle School teachers, Mr. Gray, and his son Jackson. All right, can you tell me, Jackson, what's your favorite part about being here today?
Well, I'm very good at doing in school, but I'm getting very good at skating.
He's good at skating.
That's cool.
Nothing to do with today, but he's liking these games here.
All right, thanks. What about you, Mr. Gray? How long have you been coming here?
This is Jackson's first years in kindergarten at DA, and so I don't come to the fair until this year. This is our first year coming, but we're having a great time. It's a great fundraiser. We're really enjoying it. These guys love the bounce house. Oh yeah, bounce house, and he was extremely excited about getting a ring pop.
Oh yeah.
A very long time. And then Mrs. Gray's over here, and we got our little guy Leo around, running around like a crazy man, 3-year-old at the OELC, so we're having a good time.
All right, thank you so much for talking with me.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Jackson. Yep. Great.
Say, go Wildcats!
Go Wildcats!
I'm here with Miss LaPons, a teacher at OES. Can you please tell me what you're doing here?
I'm volunteering just to let the kids have a good time at the spring fair.
I can see you're punching some tickets out that they have. What's that?
The tickets are for them to play the games. They buy the tickets in advance, and then they get punches in their cards so that they can get prizes for how many punches that they have.
Oh, so like the more activities they can get gifts and stuff for it.
There's a prize room, and the more punches you have, they equate to different kinds of prizes.
I guess it's pretty fulfilling too. You're helping out all the kids. What's the best part of it for you?
Well, the best part is seeing past and present students, and they just love seeing you outside of school and just catching up and seeing what they're up to now.
What grade do you teach?
I teach first grade.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's the best.
What's your favorite part about teaching those kids?
The best part is seeing how much growth can happen over one whole year and seeing these little babies turn into independent learners.
Thank you so much for talking with me.
You're welcome.
Okay, Carl, so can you tell me the game that you're hosting here?
We're playing a game where you have to shoot the Angry Bird into the bucket. You basically press the Angry Bird and stomp on the lever to make it fly into the air.
Is it pretty popular?
Yeah, it's pretty popular. A lot of people are coming to play it.
That's cool. How old are you? Are you volunteering here?
Yeah, I'm volunteering. I'm 13.
That's fun. I'm sure you really like it. It's nice and fulfilling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really fun.
All right, thanks for talking with me, Carl.
No problem. Thank you.
I'm here with two lovely ladies who are going to be having a lot of fun at the spring fair. So can you tell me what's your favorite part about being here?
That I can hang out with my friends, and it's also a fundraiser for the school.
I like going here just because I get to see all my friends and I get to just play games and just enjoy myself.
What, you guys have a favorite superhero? That's the theme tonight, right?
Yeah, my favorite superhero is Superman.
All right, I like it. And yours?
Mine is Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Ooh, I like that. I like both of those. Those are really good. I see you got some pins. What kind of activities did you guys do?
We did the game right over there. It's like where you throw balls and you try to get in this bucket. And then we also did the cakewalk.
That's cool. What about you?
I did the same thing as her, but we also threw balloons and tried to get the balloons in, try to pop the balloons.
Ooh, that's tough. How did you guys fare with that? Was that okay?
Yeah, we did pretty good.
That's awesome. All right. Well, you guys have a great fun time tonight. Thanks for talking with me.
Bye.
Bye. Here with Miss Heather Schaefer, and so I understand the class baskets are a big part of what tonight's all about. Can you tell me a bit about this? I know the ladies and gentlemen watching may not know what it's about.
Okay. So each class at both Daniel Axford and Oxford Elementary School have a class basket theme, and the student families donate things associated with that theme for the basket. And then we have each class has a class helper, if you will, and that mom or dad or whomever it might be takes everything home and puts the basket together and adds all their little touches to it to make it really cute and presentable, and then we auction it off. This is a large fundraiser for us. So last year we raised about $3,500 towards the PTO program, which supports both schools, and we do all kinds of stuff for the teachers and the students. So the money goes right back into our direct kids here.
What are some of the themes that I'm seeing here?
These are baking baskets. So there's all kinds of baking goodies in here, anything from baking cupcake sprinkles to baking pans. We have Disney themes, we have sports themes, Michigan State, U of M. We always do a few competition things. So anything from adult themes like date nights to children's themes like Disney.
That's really fun, and I'm sure it's very popular among everybody.
Everybody loves it, and all the kids want to find their class basket, and they want their parents to bid on it, and then of course the kids want the kids type baskets, and it's fun. It gets everybody talking and moving around, and
of course that's really fun. And I'm sure these go quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's just great. It's a good program.
Thank you so much for talking with me.
You're welcome. Have a nice night.
Thanks, you too.
This is our first time coming, and we've only been here a little bit, but I love how it reminds me of fairs we had when I was little. I especially love the cakewalk, and it was his very first game he played, and he won a cake the very first thing, so it was lots of fun.
I won a giant brownie.
Oh, that's cool. I'm here with Danielle, and she's volunteering from NHS. So what brought you to do this?
Well, I love volunteering. That's a part of the reason why I began to be a member in NHS anyway. So I always like to help out with the little kids. That's always the thing I sign up for first, is anything at elementary schools. So the prize room was one of the things that was open. So I was like, okay, I'll just do the prize room then.
That's fun. And what seems to be the kids' most favorite thing? What are they most drawn to when they come in here, do you think?
Definitely the ones that are worth more points. I feel like they always walk down this way first. Probably those squishier balls or the drum set, maybe.
Yeah, that looks fun. Well, thank you for talking with Danielle.
No problem, thanks.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Jalen Renee Jacobson.
Wow, that's a beautiful name. So how old are you?
I'm 8 years old and I'm in 3rd grade, and I have the greatest teacher ever, Miss Bartlow.
I can see you really are excited to be here. How many years have you come to this thing?
This is my 2nd year. First.
That's fun. What's your favorite part about being here? What's your favorite activity?
I like the cakewalk because I won a cake.
Absolutely. What cake did you win?
It was like a big blue cake with swirlies on it.
That's really exciting. That really is. So I see you have a lot of tickets there. What are you going to do with them?
I'm thinking about going back to cakewalk, but there's a really long line, so I might just use them over there.
That's cool. The prizes are pretty cool. What'd you win? What do you hope to win?
I really want one of the big squishy balls.
All right, thank you for talking with me.
Welcome.
And that's all from the Oxford Elementary Spring Fair. We had a lot of fun and talked to a lot of kids and parents here, and some teachers as well. This is all going to the PTO, Parent-Teacher Organization, to fund all the school activities. Thank you, Oxford, and good night.
Thanks, Rachel. Great job. That's Schooling Around this week. Thanks to Kyle Snage at the wheel, our editor Dan Zweiss, contributor Rachel Baker, and you for watching. This is Oxford Community Television, keeping it local.